Hello, everybody. Good evening. We're just going to go right ahead to start. We have Tomisin with us this evening to talk about how to make BTC transactions as smooth as possible for us on Quidax, because we know that lately people have been having, especially BTC traders, having issues with making deposits on their BTC wallets. And this evening, we're just trying to make life as easy as possible for us. And that's why Tomisin is here with us. Tomisin, hi.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Tomisin, how are you? What's up? How's your day been?
Fine, going well. Uh, how is everyone doing this evening? It's almost TGIF, so
It's almost what?
we're wrapping up. It's almost TGIF, so we're wrapping up the week. Just one more day for the work
TGIF
week.
and salary week. So yeah, let's get right into it. I think we'll just start with blockchain gas fees, and this is at the root of everything that's currently going on. There's been a huge rise on gas fees, and it's not just affecting Quidax. I think some other exchanges are experiencing this as well. Can you briefly explain what crypto gas fees are, in case there are some people here who don't know what that is?
I want to confirm, can everybody hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Everyone should send a thumbs up or send a reaction or send us a chat if they can hear Tomisin or not. I think we have a couple of thumbs up, so you can hear.
Okay, so just give me a second. I'm trying to share my screen so I can show some details. One sec. Oh, sorry. Sadly, I'm going to share my screen because it will back in. But I think I can just explain easily. So gas fees, some links in the chat box that we can all go and read upon. Crypto is mainly about transparency, and everything around crypto can be verified, right? So links I wanted to use and share, I'll just drop it in the chat box so we can all read up from there. So gas fees generally are what you call your cost of transaction, right? The funny thing about it is that we like to make things simple. So we use illustrations from real life to name most of our things. So when you gas fees, think of it as you want to say travel or just drive, right? While in this part of the world we call petrol, and other places they will call it gas. But basically, let's say you want to move point A to point B and you want to drive your car, no matter how you feel or whatever magic you want to use, once you are inside the car and you move, that car must have petrol, right? And that's the same way crypto works. For your crypto to move from one place to another, it requires petrol. Petrol in this case being gas fees, right? So typically, how blockchains work is, first we must understand what a blockchain is. So a blockchain is just simply a ledger of records, a list of records. So if I send to somebody, if I send money to my brother via blockchain, right, it's just a record the money left me and went to my brother. But for it to be put up on the blockchain, it requires one thing, which is somebody has to verify that it is true. So that money actually left me and went to my brother. And for that person to do that, to verify it, the person needs to be paid. And that payment that we give that person is simply what is known as gas fee. So in short, gas fee is just the cost of transaction that involves whenever you're moving any form of transaction on the blockchain, right? Or whatever you're doing on the blockchain, for it to be verified that you've done it and who did it, when did they do it, where did they do it, how did they do it, all that's to be recorded. You need to pay the person that would, as we validate that that was true, right? And in short, that's what gas fees are.
Thank you so much, Tomisin. I love the petrol analogy that you gave. It's just that sadly in this part of the world, I don't know how much people are into electric cars because so many people have left us behind. They no longer use petrol and to power the car. But yeah, let's move on. My next question will be, so this crypto gas fees, they've currently gone high. How is that the problem of an average Bitcoin trader? Why does it affect a Bitcoin trader? The gas fees are high. Why does it have to be me as a BTC trader covering that cost?
Okay, great question, right? So as a BTC trader, you must know that you are also participating in everything BTC across. So not just you, there are tons of people that are also trading BTC, that are moving BTC around, that are sending BTC from one wallet to the other, right? So you're also a participant in the entire Bitcoin system. Now, what you must now realize is what makes BTC or Bitcoin in case different from every other crypto. Now, all crypto projects have the way they are configured. For Bitcoin's case, it's configured through using called proof of work, which means people solve matter problems, all high-tech stuff on their computer, basically to verify whatever transactions that has been done. So how does it impact you as an average trader? It means that you want to send your BTC from somewhere, for example, you would also have to take into account what everybody else is doing. So what we've seen is that across the Bitcoin network, right, there's a lot of transactions that are happening at the moment, a lot of transactions. So everybody is now looking for priority, right? So why are you having to pay lots when it comes to gas fee? It's simple. Let's use our illustration of petrol. When petrol is scarce, what happens? The price goes up, right? Maybe you have to buy a black market, and if petrol is at 5 something, you probably have to go and buy at 1,000. We've all experienced cases where petrol prices just went crazy because there's scarcity. So it's the same here, right? Because you want your transactions to go fast. So you want to send money to your Quidax wallet. You want to arrive in the next 2 minutes, in 3 minutes, right? Then it only means that you have to pay more because there are other people who want their own transaction to be verified also within that same time frame. And it's the same law of demand and supply, right? Because we don't have a lot of people that are verifying Bitcoin transactions as opposed or compared to the number of transactions that we have today, right? It only means somebody that really wants their transactions to be verified soon needs to pay a bit more to get, like, think of it like a queue. So for you to get in front of the queue, right, you need to pay to be on top of the queue, right? So that is what has been happening over the course of a couple of months now.
Thank you very much, Tomisin. I think my next question would be, because you mentioned because there are not a lot of people who verify transactions, right? These people, what are they called?
Okay, so those were called miners, right? So I'm sure you might have read it or seen it somewhere that Bitcoin miners. Basically, those are the people that have put up all those powerful computer systems that you need to verify all the transactions that are happening, right? So those are called Bitcoin miners because once they verify that transaction, that fee that you have said you want to pay will now go because they have verified the record that, oh, I moved money from point A to point has been documented on the Bitcoin network, right? So those are what that are called miners, and it's their job to verify records and make sure that all the records on it are intact.
And then there's a few of them. It means there's a job opportunity. If I'm interested in, mining, being a crypto miner. What's the
Yeah.
level of entry like? Is it easy? Is it something I can learn on YouTube?
This cannot on YouTube.
You said
But
what?
I would say, I said this day, nothing you cannot learn on YouTube.
Hmm.
Uh, but it's complicated, and most importantly, it's a bit expensive to be a miner, which is why we
Hmm.
are all having to pay a bit more for our Bitcoin transactions as opposed to that network, just because of how the Bitcoin system is configured, right? So from the inception of Bitcoin, the kind of validation mechanism it uses, right? It is very computer heavy.
Hmm.
So you need a lot of power, you need a lot of hardware for you to be right. So I'm sure some people could pull it off, but I would say it's not necessarily for the average, participant or average investor, because it does require a bit of capital.
Hmm. Maybe not even as a Nigerian because of power issues and all of those issues that you cannot control. Cool. So basically now, crypto gas fees are on the rise because we have few miners and the cost of carrying out their duties keep going up. And as with everybody else, if whatever is costing you much to produce something, you also have to increase the price of what you are doing, if I did not get you wrong.
Yes, that's long and short of it. Most importantly, the stress factor is that because we have more transactions today than we did earlier last year, so we know we're going into a bull run. More people are moving money up and down. There's also what we call ordinals, right? Ordinals are the type of NFTs that are built on the Bitcoin network. I remember you said that transactions on network is just records. So a lot of things into the system and not a lot of people that are confirming. Basically, there's that mismatch.
Okay, cool. So so we don't keep our people waiting. What is Quidax doing? Or let me start by asking, what has Quidax done to, find a balance between not making people pay so much, to transact Bitcoin, and also trying to get the value on our own end and also satisfy, our predictions.
Okay, so things that we've done on Quidax, right? So we need to stress that customer satisfaction is at the top, right? The thing about Bitcoin transactions is you could decide to send your Bitcoin from wherever it is, but if Quidax doesn't make some adjustments, right, or if wherever you're even sending it from doesn't make some adjustments, what you could end up, your Bitcoin might not arrive soon, right? So what we've done at Quidax is one, to ensure that people, all the funds that are coming to us reflect time, we've addressed or we've changed our um, address system, right? So your Bitcoin address system, so or infrastructure. So I'm sure for most of our customers, or if not all that transact in BTC, you will have been getting prompts for you to generate a new wallet address. So without the pain and the cost to migrate everybody to, not to get too technical, but some form of cheaper wallet system that is a bit easier for the customer to bear. Also, what we've also done, because remember we're an exchange and between those that are buying and selling. So to kind of balance things to those that are buying on Quidax as well. So when you bring your BTC in, so that person can get value, we've also introduced a minimum BTC deposit, right? So, and we are trying to stress our customers to please adhere to that minimum whenever you're sending anything to Quidax, so that on Quidax, once you send your money, you can get value immediately. Wherever you sell your crypto to or your BTC to can also get you and be happy at the end of the day, right? So we've changed our system to a cheaper one that we've borne the cost for, that our customers can be happy. We've also introduced a new minimum threshold for the kind of deposits you can make, and currently we're making improvements on the way you can trade your BTC and partners that we have, so that at least whenever you do bring your funds in, you can trade it easily. any of the major stuff that is happening. Stick to bring your money in, sell it, get your value, and you can move on.
Thank you. So I'm also going to ask, so many people have been saying they have their deposit stock and it's taking so long to process. They're not getting their deposit in time. And usually these transactions take like 30 minutes or less, but it's taking some people more, an hour, sometimes days before they get their Bitcoin. What would you say is the reason behind this? And how can, I know you've mentioned,
I can't hear more.
can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
You dropped
So
off for just a
yeah, it's the green internet provider. I'm not going to mention their name. So I was asking, how can people, what are people doing? Is there something they are doing wrong for their BTC to be stuck for hours and not get value for, the BTC they pay for? Is there any reason behind that?
Okay, so two things that everyone must consider. Remember when I mentioned that it's like a queue, right? Wherever you're sending your BTC from, if your transaction gets deprioritized just because the fee you are using Bitcoin to transfer is not good enough for you to be at the top of the queue, right? Because it delay value, even leaving wherever you're sending it from. So that's number one. Number two is that when you do send it to Quidax, is it that you must also confirm that it's above our minimum threshold, right? For Bitcoin work, we need to understand what we are trading, right? It's a different system from everywhere else. So it's a factor that if you're not on the queue, just by virtue of either you're meeting the minimum deposits rule or paying off from wherever you're sending your BTC from, so I can get to where you're sending to in time, as long as you meet that threshold, then you would have your Bitcoin would land eventually, because on the you can see your transaction, right? It will land, but you just have to wait, get to a point where yours is now on top. Bitcoin is very transparent, right? Bitcoin is very transparent, so you would always get about at some point in time. But we are trying to stress that customers should adhere to the minimum deposit rule, because what we know that on the Quidax side of things, so that you get your value.
Thank you so much, Tomisin. Everyone, if you have questions or concerns about the BTC deposits that we haven't touched on, you can drop your questions in the chat and we will have Tomisin answer them. While we're waiting for people's questions, we have we made an announcement today where we listed 2 new coins on Quidax. Can you tell us a few things about these coins?
Okay, so we've been getting from our customers small coins on Quidax, and part of our sessions, some suggestions were made, and typically our customers do send us some of they have. But we've mentioned that Quidax is we understand that duty at first is to ensure customer deposits are always safe, and whatever they are doing is done in a safe manner, right? So we are a bit more conservative about the kind of that we list. However, this year Quidax is going to be listing more. We expect that we do well as we go into the year as well, of course, right? So for us, they are going to be exciting projects, and they will be projects that would be happy to have on Quidax.
Okay, thank you. Osamu Diamen asked that, can I always generate a new wallet anytime? Can I always generate a new wallet anytime for new deposits on Bitcoin? And is Quidax wallet anonymous?
Okay. Let me start from the bottom. Quidax wallets are anonymous, right? So you are the only one that has the details of your wallets, invariably, right? So except you share your wallet address with anybody, Quidax would always keep your information, and there's no exposure, right, of your wallet to anybody else, right? However, every wallet is unique, so it's not for any single deposit that you generate a new wallet, right? So as I mentioned earlier, we migrated everybody's wallet to a new system, right? And that new system, once you generate your wallet once, that's the wallet you would have to use as far as you receiving money on Quidax, right? So it's a single wallet. So until maybe we're doing another migration or there's any technical reason for us to change that wallet for all of our customers, then we will do that. But other than that, that is the only wallet that you would have to run with.
Okay, thank you. Are there any new exciting things that Quidaxians should look forward to coming to Quidax?
Okay, so as I say, just like we said, you've already dropped the hints. We are dropping or we are listing more projects this year. There are also other products that are coming on board that we are looking to make the life of every production as easy as possible. It's according to our mission and our goal for Quidax is to make you being able to transfer value and money across the globe as easy as a text message. So we are bringing on new projects around, even our savings products will probably be rejected as well. But there are new things that will be coming on board that is to that mantra in which it's just about we making sure that it's easy for you to transact, you get value. I'm sure some of us have seen the circular from CBN concerning crypto. So for that, we've already done some things around your ability to get Naira into the system and out of the system easily to your direct bank account. There'll be more channels that will be opening to allow you to access Naira from any of your crypto going forward, right? So we're also going to be working on further improvements on the trading platform on the order book. We get ready for you to see some new look and feel to how our order book is positioned as that is today, right? So a lot of things are going to happen this year, and we just want you to stick with us and watch everything unfold.
Thank you. So I think we're going to take the last question. Taufik Olani said, because you said the new wallet is a cheap type in order to reduce the CRXN fee, does that affect the speed at which the deposit or withdrawal is being confirmed?
So as I said, remember, there are two factors that goes into you sending money to Quidax, right? Where you're sending it from and Quidax itself. As long as where you're sending it from, the fee you are using puts you at top of the queue in terms of all Bitcoin transactions, right? Then it can leave that platform or leave that wallet as soon as possible, heading towards Quidax. Now, heading towards Quidax, as long as you meet the minimum threshold that we've set, that every time you open your app, you will see it, 0.005. As long as you meet that minimum threshold, you would get value ASAP. Right. So so those are the two things. First, wherever you're sending it from, ensuring that whatever fee you are using puts you on top of the queue. And as long as you stick to Quidax's minimum threshold for your BTC deposit, you will get your value without any hassle.
Okay, thank you. Okay, J. John, for QDX token going forward, we're definitely going to send emails out to announce on our social media. You would also get, a notification through the app, through push notifications, and also get notifications inside the app. Don't forget to follow us on Quidax Global. I'm just going to type our username in the chat. Quidax Global on all channels, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. There are no full stops in our name. There's no comma, there's no symbol. Don't share your password or auth code with anybody. Nobody from Quidax is going to ask you your account, your login details to your Quidax app. Also, you can send us DMs and our customer success team are going to respond to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Thank you so much, Tomisin, for taking the time to do this with us. I hope we're going to see you soon when we unveil the next big thing with Quidax. Please don't
Yes,
say
yes, thank you
our
for
call.
having me.
All right.
I'll always be around for you
All
guys.
right. Thank you. Again, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can also get the link to our Telegram community on our bios. Again, send us a DM. Send us an email through support@quidax.com if you have more questions. But the shortest way to reach us is through our DM on social media, and you're going to get a response ASAP. Have a great evening, everyone.